Today we're going to talk about level 6 theory, page 13. It is about a dominant 7, DOM7. Okay, a dominant 7 must have 4 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. The half step between them is 4, 3, 3. Okay, and there's 3 types of dominant. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. First type is 7, 4, 3, 3 when you see in the keys, and you also have 4, 3, 3 when you see the word on the root. And the last type is called minus 7. Minus 7 is when you want to find the key. Okay. Alright, so the new things about your level 6 is that you are going to learn the inversion of it. So root position is the easiest one. Here's your root. Okay, so root position. Okay, so first inversion means you're going to move your root up. So you're going to have these 3 notes the same. Your root, when you move up, is going to be at the side. Second inversion, that means you move up again. So you will see 2 over here and 2 over here, and this is your root. Okay, and this is your third inversion. So basically, it's going to be 3 notes here and 1 note at the side. I'm going to change the color. Okay, now I'm using this blue color pen. I want you to mark. This is your interval 3. Interval 3, interval 3. All this is interval 3. This is interval 3, but this one is interval 2. Okay, interval 3 here, interval 2 here, and interval 3 here. Interval 2 here, interval 3 here, interval 3 here. Okay, so how do you find out which one is the root? In order to find out the root, this is the easiest one. When they are completely stacking up together, this one is your root. It's easy, okay? But then for the first, second, and third inversion, you look for the interval 2 and the higher note is the root. So you look for the interval 2 here, the higher note is your root. You look for the interval 2 here, the higher note is your root. You look for the interval 2 here. I'm so sorry, this is not the root. That one is the root. Let's change it. This one is the root. This one is not the root. So that one is the root. Interval 2, the higher note is your root. Sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, now we're going to do 2 examples, okay? The example 1, say write a dominant 7 in the key of D major. Then the other one, say in the key of D minor. Okay, we're just going to do it in root position. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in the key of, according to what we learned, you want to do in the key of, you want to use 7, 4, 3, 3. So start from D, you're going to count 7 half step. So this is D. Okay, then you count 7 half step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got A. So that means your root is A. From A, you're going to count 4 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one is a C sharp. Okay, so notice that I use a C sharp but not D flat. Okay, why? Because all this is supposed to be a third away, which is a skip. So this note has 2 names, C sharp or D flat. but we call it C sharp because A to C is a skip. If you call this D flat, then it's too far away. You have two notes in between. No, you only want to have one note in between. Okay? C sharp, then you count another 3 half step. From C sharp, count 3 half step. 1, 2, 3. That one is E. And from E, you're going to count 3 half step again. E, 3 half step. 1, 2, 3. That is G. That is your answer for in the key of D major. Okay? Now notice in the key of D minor, guess what? You still use the formula 7, 4, 3, 3. So from D, you count 7, you got A. From A, you count 4, you got C sharp. From C sharp, you count 3, you got E. From E, you count 3, you got G. So guess what? In the key of D major, your answer is exactly the same as in the key of D minor. So don't get confused. Sounds good? And the other question that you have is write a dominant 7 on the roots of D. See, I purposely use D, D, and D. If that is the case, you are using the formula 4, 3, 3. So, you start from D right away. You count 4 half step. You count 3 half step. Then you count 3 half step. So, start from D. You're going to count 4 half step. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, that you call alpha sharp. Okay, not the G flat because you only want to skip one letter. So, D, you skip E, and then you go to F. If you call the G flat, become D, E, F, like 2 letters. You don't want to have 2 letters in between. You want to have only 1 letter in between. D, F sharp, then count 3 half step again from F sharp. 1, 2, 3, that is A. And from A, you count 3 half step again. This is A. Count 3 half step. 1, 2, 3, that is C. D, F sharp, A, C, correct. Okay. And the last example of when do you use the minus 7, right? Remember there's a total 3 types. Okay. So for example, they give you this D, F sharp, A, C. Then I ask you, what question mark here? Major. So this, you know, is a dominant 7. So you're going to find the root. Once you find the root, you know it's D because they're perfectly stacked together. Then you're going to count that way 7 half step. So you're going to get to this D and you go down 7 half step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's G. Then you know the answer for this question is G major. So it makes sense. If you are in the G major, then you want to create that one. Then you start from G, you go 7 half step. From here to here is 7 half step. From here to here is a 4. From here to here is 3. From here to here is 3. So 7, 4, 3, 3. The reason you do minus 7 is because they already give you the dominant 7. They want you to find the major. So you're going backward. So that's why it's called minus 7. So you're going this way to the left, 7 half step. That will be all for the level 6 dominant 7. Thank you.